I have a very important question for you.
Okay.
I want to get a new iMac for my production booth,
All right.
but what's the best color? Is it going to be turquoise, gold, salmon? Doesn't that look like salmon?
Yeah. Yeah. Orangey salmon.
Cherry, purple, blue,
Slightly darker.
or white? Which
White.
one will perform best
Silver.
for ProPresenter and OBS and Fruity Loops Studio,
Fruity Loops?
FL Studio?
This looks like Fruity Loops.
It does.
Purple. Purple for ProPresenter.
Purple for ProPresenter. There you go, guys.
Yep.
We can end the video today. You know what color iMac you should get.
Cut.
But seriously, Apple had the new event today, and we learned a few things. We learned that they have so much money that they can afford to have a $3 billion building and just have it be empty all the time.
All their employees are working from home.
It literally is a gigantic studio for them now just to film these videos. And who knows when. I bet their employees are going to be working from home for like at least 5 more years. I'll put money on it.
Yeah. I believe it.
And they talked about the new iMac. That's probably the most relevant thing to worship ministries. And I think we'll see a lot of questions come up because we see people buying computers all the time for the worship ministry. And they'll be like, should I order an iMac for my production studio or production booth to run ProPresenter, lighting software, broadcast mix software, ATEM control software, you name it. Should I buy that? Or should I get a Mac Mini, M1 Mac Mini? So
Yeah.
what's the answer, Adam?
The answer is it depends on how frivolous you are.
And yes.
And how bougie you are.
How bougie you are. Yep. I think that's a good answer.
If you want to like look really cool and be impressive, you could buy one of these computers with the same specs as a Mac Mini.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And spend more money.
Yeah. So let's actually get into the specs and do some comparisons. So maybe you should pull up the other tab so then you can have the Mac Mini on it as well.
They used to have a thing where you could compare it, compare Mac models. What's the best for you?
Nice.
So let's compare the iMac
4 ports.
4 ports.
Mm-hmm.
Purple.
And we're selecting that one because it has the same processor as the Mac Mini.
Yeah. So this one will be the
Mac Mini
M1 2020. And then I don't really know if we need a third one.
No, I don't think so.
So 1400, 700.
So
that is half
50%.
Well, 1500.
Oh, less than half the price.
Yeah. I mean, with this one, the Mac Mini, you do have to buy a keyboard and mouse and stuff like that. But 8 core, 16 gigs, 2 gigs of storage.
So yeah, same. So processor wise, you've got M1 chips in both. Same M1 chips. So no new M1 chips. No new Apple Silicon today. And both have the 8 core CPUs and GPU.
Yep.
And 16 core neural engine, whatever that is.
Yep.
Both. Let's assume we're going off the 8. Both have the 8 gigs of RAM.
Yep.
Both have 256 gigabyte of solid state. Right on the middle wall. Do you get a little bit bigger? Go back to your iMac page real quick. I want to see. Do you get 512 gigabytes on the middle model? Nope. It's 256.
No, because I chose up here.
Yeah, the 4. Okay.
So this is the stock.
So far it really is, from the specs, it's pretty much the same thing. But here, except for here.
Yep.
Under display on the iMac, you get a 24-inch LED backlit display, 4.5K Retina display, 4,480 pixel by 2,520 pixels. And then the Mac Mini display is just these blank lines because you don't get a display.
Yep. Support for up to one 6K and one 4K. So
let's do a little bit of math. You have a $1,500 computer, $700 computer. The primary difference pretty much is the display, because You do have a couple more USB-C ports on the iMac, but on your Mac Mini, you just have regular 2 USB ports and 2 Thunderbolts, but same number of Thunderbolt ports. So it's really not that different from everything else except for the display.
Well, we haven't talked about the accessories.
And a keyboard and mouse, yeah.
Keyboard and mouse. Yep. Keyboard that has a Touch ID and an emoji button.
Yeah.
So, so you could take that $800 and I really like the MX Keys mouse and keyboard that we use here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's $180 for both of those.
Yep.
And then a 4K computer monitor.
Or
$300.
You don't need 4K.
Yeah.
I just don't for a production machine that's literally just all it does with its life is run ProPresenter and Light Key and ATEM control software. You don't need those in 4K.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So even less money. What are those, like $200?
$120.
Okay.
You could get 2 of them. You could have a double, and that's what I love in our setup. We've got a double display setup for like less than $300.
Yeah.
The LG 1080p displays.
Yeah. So that's $240 plus $180.
And a Thunderbolt dock.
Yeah.
CalDigit dock. You've got the OWC dock now, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of docks out there. I'd rather have a dock for all the great expandability of SD card ports and more USB connections and more.
Yeah. Yeah, because the dock is $250, then $180 for this, and then probably $240 if you get 2 1080 monitors. So you're sitting at still less than $800.
Yeah. So what you're saying, the conclusion we come to is you can have even a more customized setup for less with the same computer power for like less money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the monitors are black, which is better for production.
Yes, that's another thing. I kind of have concerns if we're putting salmon-colored iMacs in our tech booths.
They call it pink. Oh, let's look. So they say blue, green, pink, silver, yellow, orange.
Orange? Purple. Is there something jacked up on our TV? Okay, maybe that TV's color looks weird when I'm looking at your screen.
Yeah.
Because that looks very pink to me, and that looks orange on the multi-view. Okay, so... Yep. I think it's like a pinkish orange. That's why I say salmon.
Salmon.
They need to put me on the color team there.
Yeah, it's not the Pantone.
So the final conclusion I would have on the iMac thing is, if you really like the color, the design, and the screen, then sure, overpay for a display, a 24-inch display. But if you want to allocate more resources towards other handy things for your worship ministry and for that workstation, you get a Stream Deck too.
Yeah.
We've learned how handy Stream Decks are for pretty much every production workstation.
These are $150.
Video
still
coming
be under.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just get so much more.
You get Stream Deck, CalDigit or OWC dock, 2 screens, good keyboard and mouse.
You could have a mouse and a Magic Trackpad.
Yeah. That'd still probably be less than the difference.
Yep. So, yeah, if you don't really care about the color hardware thing and you just like a simple Mac Mini, get the Mac Mini. Because from a computing standpoint, it doesn't matter. Like the processing power and even from the I/O standpoint too. But maybe in a few months, they might come out with more like pro level Macs.
iMac Pro.
I really wish they would just fit maybe whatever their next chip is. I wish they would put it in a Mac Mini or maybe a slightly bigger Mac Mini or something too.
Yeah, a Mac Mini Extreme.
Yeah, ISO Pro.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the Mac Mini. Or the Mac,
the
Mac Mini.
Next
that
most exciting thing was the AirTag. And I don't know if this really has that much relevance to worship ministry. $30 an AirTag, or about $25 if you buy 4 as a bundle.
Yeah.
And they'll track your things. I don't know. Will they just do you have to have them in like the little keychain thing all the time? Or can they stick to things?
Well, I bet you could get some Velcro or something.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on something.
And do they just charge wirelessly? Probably.
Slip it in your backpack.
Yeah.
Find my app, and then.
Actually, what's the power consumption on these things? I didn't watch enough of the event to actually learn.
Yeah, I wonder how long it it lasts.
How it does that. I like the arrow thing that shows you how to find something.
Yeah, it's kind of like playing.
I feel like I want to get one just for my kids. I'll hide it and let them use my phone to like search for the thing.
This is the start of it. Eventually, they'll let you put them in your children.
in your children. Oh man. Okay.
Does it say? Let's see. Privacy is built in. It's pretty.
Long live the battery. AirTags designed to keep going more than a year on a standard battery you can replace. That's cool.
It's a pretty long time.
Yeah, because those just like circle battery things, right?
Probably, yeah, like CR20.
Yeah.
22s. It'd be cool if it reminded you when to change the battery.
I'm sure it does.
Hermes. How do you say it? Hermes. Okay,
yeah,
that's
and
it.
even that's where they're going to make the money is the Hermes thingies.
Yeah.
What is it? It's called a leather piece, luggage tag, bag charm, key ring.
Yeah, something like that.
So maybe you could,
if you're in the airport.
Yeah,
but
I'm just trying to think like in a worship ministry setting. Like, what are you losing? Like, we have a lot of remotes and stuff that you can easily displace sometimes.
I mean, you're a teaching pastor?
You're teaching? That would be great. We teach you when it's like, 3 minutes until they're about to go on and you just can't find them, or like, it's like, hey, where's the pastor? We put an AirTag in his pocket. He doesn't know about it.
I love it. Yeah. So that's how you use this in your worship ministry.
Or picks, guitar picks.
Yep.
I want to glue AirTags onto my guitar picks.
Just use it as a pick.
Huh. Lots of great applications here.
Yep.
And you can design it however you want. Bunnies, emojis,
Yep.
Apple logo. Okay, the other thing was an iPad. A new iPad with the M1 chip. So now it's just even more powerful with the M1 chip. And this could be helpful for people who are just heavy iPad users. I'm not one myself. I've tried to be productive on an iPad, but it takes me like 10 times longer to accomplish anything compared to like a normal desktop or laptop computing device.
Yeah.
Because I just don't, the whole touchscreen pointy finger
You can
thingy.
get a keyboard for this, but it's more expensive than a Mac Mini.
Yeah, or even not much more cheaper or expensive, especially for the 12.9 inch. Just get a Mac Air.
Yeah.
M1 Mac Air, man, right here. It's great.
This probably doesn't have that many Thunderbolt ports on it.
2?
No, the
iPad.
The iPad, I think it has USB-C. Okay, so it's got one USB-C.
Yeah, I just yet to come across someone who I see feels like a really super productive creative who like their daily driver's an iPad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good for watching YouTube.
If you're out there, let me know. I'd like to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we did have that one guy on the show, and he used it for his like notepad.
Yeah.
With a pencil.
Yep. Jimmy. Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, works for him.
Yep. I like to say the iPad is a great consumption machine, like consuming videos, stuff like that, or a control surface machine.
Yeah. Yeah, we like using them for
but not as much
mix.
a productivity machine. So to me, they're like, hey, we put this cool chip in the iPad. Great, it's powerful, but just from an ergonomics workflow standpoint, for some reason I'm just a much more efficient human being with a keyboard and trackpad or mouse.
Yeah.
The best is mouse, trackpad, keyboard. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
There were some other things like a new Apple TV. I think they updated the podcast app.
Different color phone. You
You can
get a purple iPhone.
Very important. We have a purple colored iPhone now. It can match your purple iMac that you put in your tech booth.
Your purple keyboard and trackpad and mouse that you buy to all match.
Yeah, it's great. That keyboard with the Touch ID would be kind of handy for all your production volunteers' fingerprints. You enabled it on there, and they're just like, boom, it's me. I don't have to type in a password every time I try to log onto this computer.
Yeah, just need every time you have a new volunteer, you just have to add their fingerprint. It's like, and then it kind of doubles as a background check, right? So you can like send that fingerprint to the FBI
totally.
and make sure they're good to go. So
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, really, if you're in production You're going to be getting a black iPhone. Let's be real.
Yep. And a silver or black computer.
Yeah. I think that's it.
That's it, guys. That was the iMac in the Apple event. Final word of advice is I would just keep waiting. If you don't want a Mac Mini, I would say, you don't want the iMac, just keep waiting, see what they come out with, like the more pro level versions of these computers. But then again, we are running a pretty pro level production setup in our church right now here at South with full on everything, like presentation, lighting, video switching, all that stuff, right? And using base model Mac Minis, and it's still great. I still think it's like the best bang for your buck. I feel like I am stealing from Apple when I buy one of those computers.
Yeah.
It is crazy. So that's it. Smash like, subscribe. See you next time.